Love this man's work in Deadwood as Sheriff Bullock, and then Deputy U.S. Marshal Raylan Givens in Justified, and back for a second season with Drew Barrymore on Santa Clarita Diet, available for streaming on Netflix starting tomorrow. Good to see you, Tim Olyphant, sir.
Good to be here. Thanks for having me.
Oh, come on, man. I have your bracket in my hands. If there is a Sharpie straight line for a bad one, and then a highlighted good one, straight line for a good one, I mean, the left side of your bracket.
It's not madness. It's March.
Right. I know that's the bad part. But you only got you only got 4 wrong in the East and Midwest combined.
Thank you. And I had San Diego, by the way. I hope you give me some credit. They lost by 2.
They
over
did.
There.
No, that doesn't work that way. Sorry.
But come on.
It does not work that way. If you lose by 1, you lose
Horseshoes.
by. It's like you lose by 20 or something like that. But thank you for taking part in this once again. Now,
I tried to get into it. Now I'm favoring the walkout. I'm favoring. I've changed my tune. I'm very anti NCAA. It's a racket.
So you've gone from bracket to racket.
It's a racket.
You just removed the B.
Yes, that's what it's become.
Good to see you, bud.
It's good to be seen. Thank you. Thanks for being here.
You bet.
Thanks for being here.
No. I have no choice but to be. But it's good to have you here.
Is there ever a day you just don't show?
Do you?
He just blew right past that question.
No.
He ran right through it.
Right through it.
I did.
You have sick days?
Are you? No. Have I been?
No.
But that's
because
like
you
Fight
know.
Club. We don't talk about it.
You know I'm here. I'm here for you.
Now you did sports talk radio, right?
I did on a punk rock radio station.
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
So what was the name of this show on the punk rock radio station?
Well, it was the morning show on Indy 103 here. Joe Escalante, my good friend Joe Escalante, bass player for the Vandals, the great Southern California punk band. He did the morning show. David Lynch did the weather.
You mean the director?
That's the one.
Are you serious?
That's the one.
Like Twin Peaks did.
He did the weather.
Come on.
Here was the catch.
Was it always dark and gloomy?
He was a catch. He only did the weather for the moment that he was speaking. They didn't understand it. This is totally true. He would call in and he would say, "This is David," with the weather, and then he'd say, "Right now it's very wet and gray, and the thought of the day." And they'd give the thought of the day,
And then there's Dennis
Fountains sound rich. And then that was it.
And then Dennis Hopper's in the background with an oxygen mask, threatening not to have anybody look at him. I know.
Right? Such a good movie.
Fantastic. Little Blue Velvet reference.
Yeah, and then I came on, I did sports.
Well, what were you like as a sportscaster? Were you?
It was hard to explain, but Joe and I found it endlessly entertaining. And
okay.
But on the other hand, that radio show is no longer on the air.
Well, everything else worked out for you.
I did a lot of. I tended to have the newspaper in my hands, and I would just read from the paper.
Oh, okay.
Or what I remembered.
So how accurate was
that?
So
we would say it was a daily, same thing, daily routine. It was and it just didn't, wherever I was, I would just call in. So if I were here right now, I'd call, I'd say, I just got to quickly call in, and I'd get on my phone and I'd call in. I'd say, it was always the same shtick. I'd say, "Good morning, Joe." and then we'd chat for a second. Then I'd say, "Let's talk sports." and then I'd go, NBA basketball, Clippers win. And then he'd say, "What happened?" I was like, "I don't know, but I was at the gym." And I'm just thinking yesterday, I was at the gym. I saw it. They're playing Milwaukee. They play Milwaukee? This is literally this is literally how it would go. I think they're playing Milwaukee. And if I remember correctly, I know they were winning when I was on the elliptical. So let's just put it down in the win column. And then I'd be like, and then I'd go, "NCAA basketball. It's bullshit," and then on to tennis. And then I just whatever. You could do no wrong.
It sounds like a Saturday Night Live skit.
I don't know what it was, but what was fun about it was that it could be whatever we want. It could be to me, it was like some sort of ridiculous creative outlet of some bizarre. But what was lovely about it was that in the end of the day, you could just be informative, and we could talk about whatever we wanted. I mean, I could open up with, I'd call him from Eastern Europe and just be like, our top story, Greco-Roman wrestling, and we just talk about wrestling in Eastern Europe. It was fun, and then we'd say, and that, my friend, is sports, and we'd close it up. And if I didn't give him any information, he often would try to fill in some gaps.
Okay.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.